Hello, Franco Otis Elementary. My name is Kristi Shimada, and thank you for having me at your Read-A-Thon. Today I'm going to share with you my newest book, Megumi and Kukana Friends Forever. I hope you enjoy it. Thank you. Megumi and Kukana Friends Forever by Kristi Shimada. The beauty of the morning dew covered the plumeria, orchid, and hibiscus flowers in the garden. The birds chirped, squirrels scurried, and the koi swam in a nearby pond. Megumi and her parents moved to Honolulu from Hiroshima, Japan, because Megumi's father inherited the family home and the beautiful Japanese garden on the island of Oahu. Megumi wore a yukata, a Japanese-style summer kimono that was turquoise with pink plum blossoms. Megumi had short, silky black hair with bangs and deep brown eyes. There was a knock at the door. Megumi ran to open the shoji's screen door and saw a girl in a green muumuu with red plumeria flowers, a native Hawaiian dress. On her feet were sandals that looked like Japanese zodis. She had long, silky black hair and brown eyes. Hello, my name is Kukana, and I live next door. Do you want to play with me? Yes, please come in. I need to ask my mommy. Kukana took her sandals off at the entrance and stepped onto a Japanese tatami floor made of rice straw. In the center of the room was a large wooden table with 6 blue pillows painted with silver and white cranes. Kukana could see a beautiful garden on the other side of the open shoji screen doors. Kukana, this is my mommy, Megumi said. Hello, it's nice to meet you, Kukana said. It's a pleasure to meet you, Kukana. How kind of you to ask Megumi to play with you. Megumi's mother wore a pink yukata with red peonies and a Japanese sash called an obi around her waist. Her short black hair showed the nape of her neck, and she was beautiful. Do you want to go play in the garden? Megumi asked. We can play in your garden? Kukana asked in surprise. Yes. Kukana loved Megumi's home because it was uncluttered and simple, unlike her home. Kukana and Megumi put on their sandals and went outside to play. Megumi and Kukana sat on the edge of the koi pond and dangled their feet in the warm water. A cool ocean breeze blew through their hair, and the scent of plumeria filled the air. Your garden is gorgeous. I wish we could sleep under the stars, Kukana said. I will ask my parents if you can spend the night, and we can sleep out in the garden. How fun, Kukana exclaimed. Megumi was happy that Kukana was excited. It is my birthday tomorrow, and I'm having a party. I would like you to come, Kukana said. How old are you going to be? I'm going to be 8 tomorrow. When is your birthday, Megumi? I'll be 8 in July. I'm 6 months older than you, Kukana said. They both laughed. Megumi and Kukana talked for hours and learned about each other's favorite things. They became instant friends. Do you like to dance, Kukana? Yes, I love Hawaiian dancing. I take lessons once a week. That sounds like fun. I do not know any Hawaiian dances. Will you please teach me? Sure. Do you know any Japanese dance moves? Just a few, but I'm not good at them, but I love to write. I wrote a book and drew pictures for it. That is wonderful. May I read it? Yes, of course you can. What is it about? Kukana asked. It is about a little man and how he owned a shoe shop but could not find shoes for himself. I called it The Little Shoe Shop. Wow, that sounds cool. I cannot wait to read it. I will go get it so you can take it home and read it later. That sounds great, Megumi. I'll be right back. Okay. Megumi searched for her book and found it in the bottom drawer of her desk, under a stack of origami paper. The colorful sheets of paper looked so beautiful, and she wanted to share them with her new friend. She wondered if Kukana knew how to make paper cranes. Here's my book, and I found some origami paper. Do you know how to make paper cranes? Yes, Kukana exclaimed. Megumi waved Kukana over to the cedar wood playhouse her father made. It looked like a miniature version of her home, a place for Megumi to play with her friends or alone. Your playhouse is cute. Thank you, please come in, and we can make cranes together. It'll be fun. I know how to make a boat and a frog too. How about you, Megumi? No, but I would love to learn. All right, I'll show you how to make a boat, Kukana said. Kukana picked up a piece of red origami paper. You tape this in, and you fold it like this. Megumi watched Kukana and followed her every fold. Kukana's light blue boat turned out a little crooked. They both laughed. Not bad for your first boat, Megumi. Thank you. They made several different colored cranes and decorated Megumi's playhouse with them. Kukana, you should take some home with you. I want to leave them here so I can see them when I visit again. They look pretty in your little house. What would you like to do next? I'm not sure, Kukana answered. Would you like to write poems? Megumi asked. I do not know how. I'll teach you. Okay. Megumi opened a sliding wooden door under a shelf where 3 kokeshi dolls stood. Megumi's great-grandfather made the Japanese wooden dolls for her when she was born. She cherished and loved her dolls. On a lower shelf was a blue ceramic vase with painted white bunnies. The sweet scent of pink peonies filled the room. Megumi shared some paper and a pencil with Kukana. Here you go, Kukana. I'm going to teach you how to write haiku poems. My mommy taught me how. That was nice of your mommy. What do I do first? Kukana asked. Haiku is a poem that is short and does not rhyme. It has 3 lines and 17 syllables. In the first line, you use 5 syllables. Second line, 7, and then the last line, 5 syllables again. It sounds a little complicated at first, but once you understand it, it gets easier. Wow! Will you please give me an example? Yes, of course. Let me see. I'm going to write a poem about my favorite color, flower, and season. You can think about your favorite ones too, Kukana. Megumi was deep in thought when Kukana interrupted her thoughts. I have one. Let me know if this is correct. Green grass, summer sun, plumeries growing now. I'm having fun. That sounds beautiful. It is perfect. How about your poem, Megumi? Pink peonies grow. Autumn sunsets fill the sky. I love my new friend. Oh, I love you too. They hugged each other. Megumi and Kukana were surprised to hear their mothers talking in the garden. Kukana's mother waved. Mommy, when did you come? Kukana asked. I just arrived. Megumi, this is my mommy, Kukana said. It is nice to meet you, Megumi said and bowed. I'm happy to meet you too, Megumi. I'm here to invite you and your mother to Kukana's birthday party tomorrow. Can you join us? Yes, please. Can we go, Mommy? Yes, of course. I'm happy you are coming to my party, Kukana said. Kukana can spend the night with Megumi if you would like some time to prepare for her party, Megumi's mother said. Thank you. How kind of you. Kukana, would you like to spend the night with Megumi? Yes, Mommy. Hooray! Megumi and Kukana looked at each other and smiled. They held hands, danced, and sang. We are happy we are friends. Yes, we are, they sang in unison. You can sleep in Megumi's playhouse tonight or under the stars in the garden, Megumi's mother said. Can we sleep in the garden under the stars? Kukana asked Megumi. I'm scared of bugs, Megumi sighed. I would protect you. Not all bugs hurt you. Most of them try to protect themselves. They are smaller than we are, Kukana said. I know, you are right, and we can sleep in the garden. I need to learn not to be afraid. There are things I'm afraid of too, like snakes, Kukana said. I used to live next door to a little boy named Yoshi. He loves lizards, frogs, and snakes. He used to have a bearded dragon. It ran away, and I prayed it did not come inside my house. But Yoshi was sad. It made me sad too, Megumi said. Oh, that's too bad. Did Yoshi ever find his pet? Kukana asked. No, he did not. Megumi and Kukana, please come in and have dinner, Megumi's mother called. Megumi's father owned a Japanese restaurant and brought dinner home for the family. After dinner, he took out blankets and pillows for the girls' beds. He laid the blankets on the soft grass next to the koi pond. Have a good night, girls, Father said. Megumi hugged her daddy good night and thanked him. The exquisite pink and red sunset swirled across the night sky. Bright stars sparkled, and a gentle breeze played in the Hawaiian air. The girls giggled when they heard the bullfrogs croaking and the crickets singing. It feels nice to sleep under the stars, Kukana. Yes, it does. I love the feeling of being out in the fresh air. I know. Me too, Megumi said. Look, Kukana, there's a shooting star. Shall we make a wish? I wish for a new daddy because my father has gone to heaven. It is your turn, Megumi, Kukana said. I wish for a new daddy for you too, Kukana. I'm sorry to hear about your father. Tears flowed down Kukana's cheeks and Megumi's eyes welled up. I'm glad you heard my wish, Megumi. Thank you for your wish. I can share my daddy with you until you find a new one. Thank you, Megumi. The girls were mesmerized of the beauty of the moment they shared. They fell asleep in the warm winter night. It was Saturday morning, and Megumi was happy that Kukana spent the night. They picked up their blankets, folded them, and placed the pillows on top. Thank you, Megumi, Kukana said. You are welcome. Thank you for staying with me. Please do not forget my book, The Little Shusha. You can take your time reading it. I will see you at my party, Megumi. Yes, I will see you soon. They hugged each other goodbye. Megumi, we will go shopping at the Nani Mikana, Mother said. What shall I wear, Mommy? Wear the new yukata I made for you. Megumi went inside and showered. No time for a bath. She wore a blue yukata with white cherry blossoms. Her red obi, a Japanese sash wrapped around her tiny waist, held her yukata closed. Megumi's mother wore a red yukata with a pink obi sash. The yukata had white cranes painted on it. She moved with grace and beauty. Megumi and her mother arrived at Nani Mikana. There was a lovely 3-horse carousel music box sitting in the window. The sign next to the music box gave the price and the name of the song. Megumi picked up the music box and handed it to her mother. I think Kukana will like this one. Yes, that is a wonderful gift, Megumi. I hope she likes it, Mommy. I hope so too. Megumi was sure Kukana would love the pink gift box and the bright red ribbon tied with the fragrant red hibiscus flowers on top. She picked out a card with Kukana's favorite plumeria flower on it and signed it. Then they left for the party. Megumi and her mother arrived at Kukana's home. The white wooden house had many windows. Hawaiian music played in the background. When Kukana saw Megumi, she ran up to her and gave her a huge hug. You're finally here. I want to introduce you to my other friends, Kukana said. Kukana pulled Megumi toward her friends. Megumi hesitated because she was a little shy. Kukana wrapped her arm around Megumi and introduced them. This is Kai and Napua from down the street. They are brother and sister and have been my friends for a few years. Kukana motioned to the brother and said, Kai is the same age as us, and Napua is 2 years older. It is nice to meet you both, Megumi said. You too, Kai and Napua said in unison. Do you like to surf or do the hula, Megumi? Napua asked. I do not know how to surf, but I can dance a little. Kukana said she would teach me how to do the hula. Yes, you can learn from the best, Kai said. Do either of you surf or do Hawaiian dancing? Megumi asked. Yes, we do, Nepua answered. But Kai is a better surfer than I. We want to teach Kukana how to surf. She said it's too scary for her. Yes, I think it's too dangerous. I love the ocean, but not for surfing, Kukana exclaimed. Please have something to eat, Megumi. Thank you. The aroma of traditional Hawaiian food filled the room. Megumi's mouth watered as she took a bite of her lomi salmon. The food was delicious, and she was having fun. Kukana's mother lit the carousel candle on the birthday cake. Everyone gathered around and sang happy birthday to Kukana. Sweetheart, make a wish and blow out your candle, Kukana's mother said. Kukana stood and thought of the shooting star she saw last night and blew out her candle. Her mother sliced the cake and everyone ate a piece. Kukana's mother gathered her gifts and placed them on the wooden table in the living room. There were 2 brown sofas and a few large matching pillows on the hardwood floor to sit on. Kukana, it's time for you to open your gifts, Kukana's mother called. Kukana took Megumi's hand and patted the seat next to her. Megumi was excited to watch Kukana open her gifts. When she reached for Megumi's gift, Megumi waited in anticipation. I'm going to open this one next, Kukana said. She read the card and looked at Megumi and giggled. Kukana took the lid off her box and folded back the green tissue paper. Her eyes grew wide as she pulled out the music box. Oh my goodness, a carousel music box. It is beautiful. I wonder what song it plays. Kukana turned the music box carefully. The melody of Over the Rainbow played. Thank you, Megumi. I love it. How did you know I love carousels? You're welcome. I did not know that, but I liked it when I saw it. It reminded me of our friendship. I will cherish it forever. I'm happy you feel that way, Kukana. Kukana finished opening all her presents. The party was soon over and everyone left. Kukana pulled her mother aside and asked, Can Megumi spend the night tonight, Mommy? If she wants to, but she needs to ask her Mommy's permission. Megumi, do you want to spend the night? Kukana asked. Yes, I would love to. Kukana and Megumi sat on the wooden deck in the back of the house. Kukana opened her music box and they listened to Over the Rainbow. Kukana stood, and as she began to dance, she signaled Megumi to follow her movements. Just move with the music, Megumi. Like this? Yes, you're doing a good job. Thank you. They looked up and saw a shooting star at the same time. I'm going to make a wish, Kukana. Okay. I wish we could be friends forever. Me too, Megumi. They wrapped their arms around each other and sang, Friends Forever, repeatedly. Girls, it's getting late and it's time for bed, Kukana's mother said. Megumi and Kukana shouted to the world, We are friends forever! They giggled and went inside the house to sleep. The end. Thank you for having me here today at your Read-A-Thon. I truly enjoyed sharing my book with you, Megumi and Kukana Friends Forever. You know, friendships are very important, and I hope in your lifetime you will find a beautiful friendship like Megumi and Kukana did. Thank you.